Well, hello and welcome to another episode of RateOrRoast, my rig. I'm your host, Fluff. If you have your own rig that you would like to see rated and or roasted, please head down to the description to click on that link, submit your own rig, and while you're down there, please consider subscribing to further support this channel. Let's just dive into it, shall we? Let's get roasting. This is okay. I was gonna say, man, this is just so metal looking, and then I saw the Jag. It's like, hey guys, dude, Pantera's so sick. Dude, I love Pantera and Radiohead too. And your friends are like, what did you just say? And you're like, oh, nothing. I was just like, you know, I might have heard a Radiohead song on the radio, and they're like, Radiohead, and you're like, I mean, it was all right. It did have a and he did talk about being a creep. I mean, it's kind of metal, right? And like your friends are like, get out. That's what this rig says. You got a bunch of Dean and Washburn dime stuff. You have an incredibly beautiful looking PRS Custom 22, and you have a Jag. Again, like always, no judgment from me. I dig all of these guitars. I'm just saying, like, this rig, I got a 6505, I got an angle, and I have a Jag too. Radiohead's pretty cool. I like Sonic Youth every once in a while. Don't tell my mom. You got no pedal board. Your pedals are just loose grazing on the floor there, pal. You can't let them loose graze. You got to fence in the cows. You know what I'm saying? You got several things going on. You got a torpedo captor. I see that. Actually, fun fact, I named the captor when I was at 2 Notes. That was me. You got some good pedals here. I like the whammy. I like the ISP. I like the wah. And I even like the, what is that pedal? What is on the far left? I can't even remember. Walrus Audio? No, I don't think it was a Walrus Audio. I can't remember what that is. At any rate, cool rig. You need more guitar stands for one. And you know what? It's okay to like Radiohead. That's all. It's okay. Like what you like. Nevertheless, I'm gonna give you a rig 4 out of 5 beards. Whew, look at this thing. Jeez. Hey, I'm just gonna go into my practice room real quick. Do you mind, you can just turn up your movie a little bit. I'm just gonna be a little loud. You got an orange stack, you got a Marshall stack, you got another couple of half stacks, Twin, Champ, Jube, a couple of Strats, Les Paul. What's up, dude? I like to party too. Apparently you sing. You shouldn't plug that microphone in, just unplug it. I mean, it looks cool and it's nice to have around, and you know, people go, ooh, what's that? And you're like, it's a microphone. But you do have pedals. They are on a board. They are on a board. I love that. I like your setup. It's clean. Love the color of the wall. It's clean. Proverbially, I mean, it looks also clean. Couple of pedal boards. Surely you're just a couple of dudes jamming for show or something? I mean, that looks like an awful lot of volume for a room that size. That's just me. I like volume just like everybody else. However, geez, that's a lot of power for a room that size. However, I like the Strats, I like the setup. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Maybe this is a live room of a studio, maybe? I'm not really sure. Either way, I want to hang out in it. Nevertheless, I'm gonna go ahead and give your rig, you know what? 4.5 out of 5 beards. This is the I am sick of gigging and hauling around my stuff, but I still want to play my stuff, so I'm gonna set it all out at home, even though I'm not at a gig. Rig. You got a JSX and you got an Ultra in like a rack. Is this at a church or something? I guess this isn't at your house. I guess this does. I just saw the edge of the stage. This is some kind of a stereo rig. You got the axe effects. I assume you're using the Boss controller as some sort of a MIDI controller to control the Fractal Ultra. OG Fractal, okay. A couple of pedals. You have Mesa 112s mic'd up. I mean, geez. Some guitars in the rack ready to go. Cable management is, this is the kind of situation where you're like, you just have to have a lot of cables for this kind of setup. And I see that you have it kind of loomed a little bit. It's fine. And at least you have the stuff in the little rack space fairly organized. Your amps are sick, Ultra sick, JSX sick. A couple of guitars in the racks. You got some lights behind you. You're looking cool guy on stage left. Okay, no judgment from me. Yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and give your rig 3.5 out of 5 beards. And here we see a nice museum display of the history of acoustic guitars. Because acoustic guitars are so awesome. I'm not good enough to play acoustic guitar. I like acoustic guitars and I think they sound pretty. But I don't really play them because I'm a terrible player. You are probably clearly pretty good, to be totally honest with you. You got some Fender Strats. Down below, you got a couple of Black Stars. You got a Fender combo. You have quite the collection of acoustics, person, whoever you are. Also, my favorite guitar in this whole collection is probably that Ricky in the bottom right corner. Oh my goodness. Or the Gretsch. I really want a Gretsch. And I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'd like get it. I'd be like, I would probably treat it like a newborn baby. Just like, I don't know what to do with this thing, but it's cool. Yeah. Do I feed it now? But the Rick is pretty cool. Your pedal board, fantastico. I also do notice the individual lights of your rig, so you can actually be cool guy if you have guests over to the house. Cool person, excuse me. My favorite part about this picture though, is your adorable dog. Per channel rules, as enforced by my dog Junie, your rig gets 5 out of 5 beards. All right, we have a super compact rig. And is that a triple crown in your cabinet? Yeah, you got a, you have a triple crown and a half stack basically in your cabinet. Oh, do you wanna jam real quick? Hang on, let me get the key. That's the squeaky hinge. You got a couple of guitars. You got some Ibanez's, you got some PRS. You have, I don't know what that is. Kiesel, Strandberg, something rather. I don't know what these headless, one of them is a Strandberg. I don't know what that gray headless guy is. Cool. This looks like you're in the corner of Nana's house. You also have someone that appears to have been decorated in the military, maybe? Not too sure, can't really make it out in the photo. However, also, per channel rules, as governed by my dog June, she doesn't like cats, and the rules are, for every cat, it's -1 beard. Again, I don't make up these rules. That is Juniper's. But she doesn't like cats, and she will not be taking any further questions. However, that just only means that you cannot get a 5 out of 5 beards. I'm gonna go ahead and give this rig, 3.5 out of 5 beards. And last but not least, good Lord, look at that family photo. We have a little crank setup. And then we have a Gibson Les Paul Gold Top. We got an ESP trucker. We have a Flying V. We have a PB of some sort. ESP Jackson, lots and lots of Jackson. Charvel, Ibanez, and another Les Paul on the far left. Good Lord, this is the best IKEA display I've ever seen. I wanna go to where this store is. This literally looks like you're walking through the aisle of IKEA. In case some of you don't know what IKEA is, I can't imagine none of you have ever not heard of IKEA, but just in case you haven't, it's a Swedish furniture outlet where you walk through various displays and you're like, oh, that's a cool chair. And you look on what chair that is, then you go and find it flat packed, and then you spend 8 hours putting it together, and it's never as good as what the display was. Anyway, that's IKEA. Compact setup, I dig it. I like all these guitars too. They're sick. I like the fact that the Gibson is like a parlor guitar, real small, compact. When you're an old man, just strumming. Love that. I'm gonna go ahead and give this rig 4 out of 5 beards. And that does it for this episode of Rate or Roast My Rig. If you would like to see your own rig rated and or roasted, please head on down to the description to click that link. And while you're there, please consider subscribing to support this channel. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.